Happy Halloween, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. And let me adjust this a little bit here. Today we're doing a meet and greet my doggy. And everybody, this is Violet Rose, and she is 4 years old. And today is very special to us because today, 4 years ago, I went and adopted her. So she brought her home 4 years ago today. So this is our Halloversary, I guess. Our Halloween little treat here came into my life, and it's been wonderful ever since. I'm so glad I got her. So Violet's 4 years old. She was just a little baby when I got her. She was about 10 weeks old when I got her. And she was only 5 pounds. She was just a tiny little thing. And she is, her breed is what they call a lab chi. She's part yellow lab, or I'm not sure if she's yellow lab, but she's Labrador Retriever, I guess is what she is. She's part Labrador Retriever and part Chihuahua. And everybody's like, how is that possible? You know what? I don't know. All I know is that's what she is. And if you look at her, you can really see her snout is not like a Chihuahua's. It is more like a Labrador Retriever. And her head looks more like a Chihuahua. She's got that little rounded head. Her ears are more like a lab's. She's a fawn color, but she's got a lot of the coloring of what a yellow lab would have. I guess that's why I always want to say she's a yellow lab. But Labrador Retrievers are kind of a yellowish color. She has longer legs than what a Chihuahua does. And she has a curly tail like a Chihuahua, though. She's broad and very muscular. Like right in this area. She is just very, very strong for a little tyke thing she is. How I got Violet is somebody that I worked with had gotten a dog, and they showed me a picture of the doggy, and the dog was jet black. And I thought, oh, that's such a cute little dog. She told me that this dog was Chihuahua. And I had been thinking about and researching about getting a Chihuahua. And so I was kind of putting it off because I was having my house built. I built a house, and so I was having my house built. So I was kind of putting it off until I got the house built. And then I thought, well, once I get that done, then I'll start looking and find, a Chihuahua that I wanted. And but this happened a little bit about 4 or 5 months before I actually got my house built, finished. And so I had the opportunity. She said the girl I worked with said that they had other dogs. They still had other doggies. And I was like, oh, I said, do they have a female? Because I wanted a female. Yes, I wanted a little girl. I wanted a little girl, just like you. Oh, I got you. And so she said yes, and they were friends of hers. So we had to go to Fort Wayne, Indiana, which is probably about 45 minutes from where I live, to get her, because that's where she was at. And so we went there, and it was cold and snowy and yucky. And when I got there, here's this little tyke, and I didn't know what they had. I was wanting a black dog, and the only one they had left, there was a black one there, but that was going to be the owner's dog. And then she was it. And I said, she's a female? And they said, yep. And I said, how much she want for her? And they said, nothing, just take her, as long as she's got a good home. That's what they were concerned with. So I picked her up, scooped her up. I had this bag with a blanket in it, and I put her in the bag. And she never whined, she never cried or nothing. She's like, she knew she was meant to come home with me. And I brought her home, and we've been together ever since. And she listens when I tell the story about when I came and got her. I'll sit here and I'll just tell her the story. And she lays here and listens. Look at her. She just listens. She likes that story. And so then, we've been together ever since. And that was Halloween 4 years ago. And it's been a great, great experience having her. I love her so much. She gives me so much joy. Yes, you know I'm talking about you. You know I'm talking about you. She gives me so much joy and happiness every single day. She is an excellent dog. I mean, she's just really, really good. She very, very rarely gets into anything. Um, she tears things up, but it's like always her toys. Her toys she'll tear up and stuff. She doesn't tear up my house. She doesn't chew on my furniture. And she did go through that annoying puppy teething stage where she was chewing and chewing and chewing, but I made sure she had plenty of things to chew on and so forth. And she did get into some trouble because she did chew up some stuff then. But once she got out of that puppy, lost her baby teeth and got her real canines in, then she really mellowed out with the chewing and stuff. And so now she doesn't tear nothing up in the house. I let her run through the house even when I'm not home. I don't crate her or anything like that. I did when she was a puppy. We crate trained her and we had a great experience with that. So she's completely housebroken. She does not go in the house. She will not go in the house. And once in a while, like if she's sick or something, she's had accidents a few times, but most of the time she will not go in the house at all. She, but on the other hand, I always make sure that she doesn't go too long without going outside. I always make sure she has plenty of opportunity to go too, and that she's pottied well before I go to work or anytime I leave. I make sure that she's pottied very well before we go to bed and that type of thing. So she's a really, really good dog. Um, she's loving, she's social, she just loves attention and she loves to play. She's always been very playful. When she was a puppy, I'd have to play with her for like an hour, hour and a half a day because she just wanted to play, 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 play. And now that she's an adult dog, she still likes to play, but she doesn't play as much like she used to, but she still likes to play a lot. So I play with her every single day. We do some playtime and we do some outside time. She loves being outside. She loves it, loves it, loves it, unless the weather is not good. And when the weather's bad, then she doesn't like to be out. Especially in the winter. Winter's kind of hard on her because she doesn't have a lot of fur. Up in this area she does, but down on her other part of her body she doesn't. So she gets very cold, so I have to make sure I put clothes on her before we go outside in the winter. And this is the time of year I've been starting to bundle her up a little bit because she gets cold. We'll be outside and she'll stay outside. It's like a little kid in a pool, their lips are chattering and stuff, and they're cold, but they don't want to get out because they're having so much fun. And that's the way she is when we're outside. She's having so much fun, she doesn't want to come inside. So she'll sit there and she'll shiver and shiver. I can feel her shivering and everything, and see her shivering. So I always make sure she's very, warm. So once really cold, like 0-degree weather hits and snow and ice is out there, she gets bundled up in a sweater and a coat as well. And then a lot of times her paws freeze up so bad. And it's like it paralyzes her legs. So she can't she's just freezes in mid stride, she'll freeze, her pose and she can't move, which is really sad to see. She's kind of going like this with her paws. I'm like, oh, you poor thing. So what I try to do is we have a potty area. So I normally carry her out to her potty area and I set her down so she can have enough time to do her thing before her paws freeze up. And then sometimes we have to go out a little bit more often because the job doesn't get done completely when we're out because she just gets so cold. And then I pick her back up and carry her back in the house. So if anybody has any suggestions, I would, I've been thinking about trying to do something like, I don't know what to do. I wish I could have an indoor potty area for her so that, she wouldn't be so cold like that because I don't like that. And I'm very protective of her in the weather. Like when it's super, super hot out, Chihuahuas tend to overheat easy. And since she is part of Chihuahua, when we do go outside in the heat, then I could tell she's like panting and having a hard time out there. So when it's really super hot, I watch how much time we're outside. And when it's really super cold, I watch how much time we're outside as well. So, anyway, so she's my baby, and I'm just overprotective of her probably. And she's my best friend. She is just so much, and she's hilarious. She's got like a really funny little um, attitude, you know, and she just does so many fun things. The first Christmas I had her, I decided, oh, I'm gonna wrap up some, gifts for her. You know, she's my little baby. I'm gonna wrap up some Christmas gifts for her. So I went shopping and bought a bunch of, toys and stuff for her and wrapped them up. And I thought, I'll give them to her and see if she'll, because she can tear the paper off. I thought, well, if she doesn't tear the paper off, I'll help her. Oh my gosh, she surprised me so much. She is like a true unboxing dog because she just loves to open presents. She ripped open the presents all on her own. And one of the presents was like a plastic see-through, um, like a stocking, Christmas stocking, and it had a bunch of toys inside. And she even got the plastic all off of them, got all the toys out of that plastic sock. It was so funny. And so every year since then, I make sure she has plenty of gifts. And my family comes over and we watch her, and I videotape her, um, you know, unwrapping her Christmas gifts. And it's so much fun. It really is funny to see. So this Christmas, keep an eye out because I'll probably be posting a video of her opening up some of her Christmas gifts. She loves to be rubbed. She loves affection. She's like very playful and so forth. But then when it's time to settle down, she settles down and she's ready to be loved on, and she likes to curl up with you. And that's the Chihuahua in her because Chihuahuas are lap dogs. She does love to hunt like a retriever does. She loves to go get things and bring them back to you. But she does like to hunt. She's always sniffing and hunting out in the yard. And it's funny because you know how retrievers put their, like they point with their, she'll do that. And she's really, and here she is, just this tiny little dog, and she's like this, and she stays in that position for a while. And she has caught mice, and she's caught chipmunks and that type of stuff. She loves to eat worms outside. I don't know why. Worms and bugs she loves to eat. And look at her, look at me. She knows what I'm saying. Don't you? You know what I'm saying, don't you, girl? Don't you? Yes, because you're a smart girl. She's very smart. She knows some commands. I taught her since she was a pup, to sit and I've tried to teach her how to be, when she's barking and stuff, but she won't listen to me. She just barks back at me. So, she's funny. She's comical, and she's so soft. Her fur. I thought her fur would be more coarse since she's short-haired, but it's not. She's just very super soft and everything. And look, she's getting really sleepy now. We have so much fun together. I love her. She loves me. She's just funny, and she'll get mad at me sometimes. And she snubs me, and I get mad at her sometimes too. But we still love each other very much, just like family. And she is my family, and I would not dream of not having her in my life. And the reason I wanted a dog is because I lived alone, and I decided, I wanted some companionship, and dogs are great companionships to, just to love and take care of, and we all need somebody or something to take care of, and it makes us feel needed and that type of thing. So yeah, I love taking care of her. The type of care she needs is she needs to be fed daily, and I put her on a really good food. It's Whole Earth Farms. It's made here in the United States, and it's no grain, and it's just full of wholesome things like blueberries and chicken or pork, and there's different flavors that I give her. She loves that, and she also loves her gravy bones, and she loves her sweet potato sticks. And I limit her snacks, and I limit the type of food she eats, because about a year ago she got really, really sick, and they thought the opening from her, like in her stomach, the beginning where her stomach's at, was really constricted, and they weren't sure whether she was just, born that way, or that was something that developed, and that food wasn't going down correctly. So would like get stuck, and then she'd like, you know, wouldn't keep it down, and it was really bad. She couldn't keep anything down. And so the vet, we took x-rays and everything and so forth, and they thought, um, they said she could have picked up a parasite somewhere, or this is just something that has developed, and that we may have to keep her on steroids off and on. And that if we kept her on steroids off and on, that it would probably shorten her life somewhat. And that just about killed me. So we had to put her on steroids for a little while. And that was horrible because it made her really, really thirsty. So she was like drinking water like crazy. And I made sure I gave her plenty of water. But therefore, I had to keep taking her and getting her potty too. So that was just horrible. She had to be on them for 2 weeks. And she also had to do a dewormer. And they said, let's do a dewormer to see if maybe that helped. And if it did, it was probably like a parasite. So we did that, and it worked. She started keeping food down, and we've not had any problems since. But I still really restrict her diet and watch her diet and so forth, so that she doesn't get anything too greasy and that type of thing. Plus, she got fixed. She is fixed. So once a female dog gets fixed, they're more apt to gain weight. So I try to watch her so she doesn't gain too much weight, because she is a little dog, and being too heavy is just too much on them. It's too much on their bones and their legs and so forth. So yeah, I really try to watch that. She gets a bath about every 6 to 8 weeks. She's very easy to give a bath to. She doesn't really like them too much, but she doesn't like fight me. So she's good about me giving her a bath. I give her baths herself. She has very little grooming needs, to be honest. More in the summertime, spring and summer, when she's shedding, because she does shed. She's a shedding dog. She's not a dog that you would take and have shaved down or anything like that. But I brush her out as much as I can, on a weekly basis. I try to do it through the shedding months. I try to do it almost every day, because that does help get the hair off of her and stuff. And I have to sweep a lot. I have to sweep my furniture down during that time. I have to wash a lot of blankets during that time. That type of thing. And she's always got weepy eyes. I always try to keep them cleaned off, but she's got weepy eyes. And that's just her breed. And she doesn't have much eyelashes, so I think that's why her eyes water so much. But anyway, so back to grooming needs. Her nails need clipped, and that's something I just cannot do, and I'm not comfortable doing it. So I do take her to get her nails clipped and trimmed. And I've tried cleaning her ears out, and she just will not have it. So while she's getting her nails trimmed, she gets her ears cleaned out too. And I try to give her some really good stuff to chew on so she keeps her teeth clean. She also has a little toy that has like nubbies on them, and she cleans her own teeth. After every meal, after every time she eats, she'll go and get that little nubby, no matter where it's at, and she holds it with her two little paws and holds it upright, and she starts, and she like cleans her teeth with it and so forth after every meal. So she has good dental hygiene. She has really good dental hygiene, don't you, little girl? Don't you? Yes. You like to keep your teeth clean. That's a good girl. Very good. And let me think, what else? And that's about all the grooming needs that she really has. I take her to the vet once a year. She gets her checkup, and she gets all her shots during that time. And she is on medication for heartworm. So that prevents her from getting any type of prevents her from getting heartworm. She also gets, let's try anything. Oh, she also gets a flea medicine that she takes orally, and that prevents fleas. And we've never had a flea problem, not at all. So I don't have her on it during the winter months. I only have her on the spring and summer and until it freezes in the fall. And that's about it. So she's a good girl. I love her to death. She's my sweetheart, and she's my partner in crime. She loves to be where the action's at and what's going on. She loves people, and she paws a lot like that. I mean, she wants me to keep petting her. See, I'm going to stop here. She wants petted, so she lets you know what she wants. And if I'm giving her a massage and I'm not getting in the right spot, she'll move to where uh, she wants to be rubbed too. So she loves to sleep under the blankets. So whenever I go to bed, here she comes and jumps in bed with me. I let her sleep with me. And she's slept with me ever since she's been a little tyke. And she always roots her nose to get under the blanket, and she goes under the blanket and sleeps under there with me. And she keeps me really nice and warm in the wintertime. Very, very nice and warm. She's a little firebox. So that's about, I don't know what else to say. But, if you're thinking about adopting a dog, that's really a great thing to do. Whether, they're puppies or whether they're more adult dogs. It's really a great thing to do. And this time of year, especially Christmas time, people tend to go and adopt pets. Just really think it through before you do go and adopt a pet, because it's a lifelong commitment. And it's a lifelong commitment for, as long as they're living, It's not like, a little toy you can put up on the shelf and put away when you don't want to mess with them. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with owning a pet. And, you have to make sure they're fed, they're watered, they're potty, they're played with, they have love and attention. They get the medical attention that they need. It's not cheap either, Sometimes I feel like she's kind of lonely for another dog, and I would love to have another dog, but, it's expensive to take her to get her shots every year. And if she gets sick, to take her to the doctor. I think the time that I had to take her and have her x-rays and so forth, it was like $180 for that visit, for x-rays and to get her medication and for all that. And that was just one shot. And her shots coming up are going to be $130 this year, because she's getting her 3-year rabies and distemper shot this year. So she gets them every 3 years. So it's always more money. She always gets a Bordetella shot, which is for kennel cough. So that since I do take her and get her groomed, where there's other animals that are there that go in there, that way she will not. It's kind of like the doggy flu, I guess. So she gets that one, and she also gets the leptovirus vaccination. So that, like, if there's animals that come into your yard and they urinate, and she comes along and she just even sniffs a little bit of it, they could get disease from it, and it's not a good disease. So I live in the country, so my neighbors have dogs and cats, and there's always like chipmunks out there in my yard, and there's been groundhogs, and there's birds and all that kind of stuff. So I just do that, have that done as well, just as a precaution, so that she's going to be a healthy little girl. And trying to think what else there is, but anyway, owning pets are very, you gotta walk them, you gotta make sure they get enough exercise, you gotta love them, you gotta give them attention. They're just like having a kid, really. And so she's my kid. I've never had children, and she's my kid, and I've always treated her like a kid, my own kid. And believe me, she acts like it. And she loves when company comes. She loves when her Aunt Cindy comes over, and her grandma comes over too. And she's always ready for them to come over and visit her. And so yeah, she just loves to have fun. She's a good girl. So I'm so glad that I got her. So I'm glad that you guys got to meet Violet in detail. Can you say hi, or are you just too tired? Yeah. Yeah, it's about our bedtime. So anyway, so you guys have a happy Halloween. And like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video, getting to meet and greet Violet. We'll maybe do some more videos like this where she is the center of attention, since she loves to be center of attention. Don't you, girl? Don't you? Do you like to be center of attention? Do you like to be center of attention? Oh, look at her. She perked up. Yes, my sweetie. She's Mama's sweetie. Okay. So, if you are returning subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing and all your support. I really do appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel and this is the first time you've been here, and you like this video and you like some of the other videos that I do, I do some of the other videos that I do are unboxings. I do a lot of clothing subscription unboxings. I'm doing some beauty boxes now. I have a jewelry subscription that I unbox, and I also have a denture adventure series going on right now. And I'm also going to be doing starting the November 1st. Oh, that's tomorrow. Wow. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a diabetes series, since November is the Diabetes Awareness Month, and I am diabetic, so we're going to be starting on that tomorrow. So if you guys are interested in those kind of things and you like this video, I would like you to please, or I would ask you to please click the subscribe button before you leave. And then click the notification bell so that you'll be notified of any of my new videos that I upload, so you don't miss anything. So I got a lot going on right now, and the holidays are coming up. I want to do some holiday stuff too. So I'm kind of backing off some of my subscription boxes right now so that we can do some more other things that are not related to unboxings. And so anyway, you guys have a happy Halloween. I hope you guys have a good time and have fun. Stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow then. Bye-bye. Love you guys. Say love you. Say love you guys. Can you say it? Look at me. Just look at me like I'm nuts. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, now you're looking at me. Oh, you're giving me that dog stare. You're giving me that dog down stare. Okay, see you guys later. Bye-bye.